Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Wishes and Weeds. Welcome back to day number 28 of the Harvest of Memories project. Yesterday we finished this one, and today we're moving on to a very special celebration. It's National Chocolate Day, people. I have this invitation thing. I'm pretty sure this came from Alice, but I could be wrong. And so this would have been like a, one of the ones that you print yourself kind of thing. So it came with like an RSVP and a little envelope and an invitation. But it's this part that I'm interested in. So I'm going to cut off the flaps. And then I'll decide what I'm doing. So I'll leave a little bit of a gusset. So I'm just going to leave 1/2 inch. So chocolate, the theme of chocolate, it's traveled across the world and history. It was listed in one of my books about the 50 plants that changed mankind. That's kind of a good thing, isn't it? And even this is like a double pocket here, right? I don't know if I'll use that this time, but anything's possible. Okay, now let's have a look at this, see what it looks like here. See, it's the exact right width. I need to cut it down a bit though. Now if I cut it down just past where that postage thing is, that might be ideal. To get that out of the way. And this has got a double fold, so I want to make sure that it's only folding. It had a double score to make room for all the stuff. There we go. I'm just going to chop off some of that. Some of that extra bulk. Now, I have a couple of options to trim this up. I could use this fancy schmancy ribbon. I think I have enough to go around. Yeah. Or I have this lace. I'm going to see if I can iron this and make it lay a little flatter, and then that'll be easier for me to use, because I do like it. It reminds me more of a chocolate box. All right, I'm going to ink this up because I won't be able to ink it once I've got that ribbon on. So I've got some lines marked here. I think we'll start at the bottom. Now I'm going to put it like that. I'm going to glue it to the underside, and then when it flips, it'll look like that. So let's, I'm going to add some acetone to this. It's making me mental. Okay. I wish there was a way I could sew this. I could sew the open end okay. But if I sewed along here, that would close up the gusset and make the gusset meaningless. I left some extra stuff here in the corner to make that look a little neater. And I'm happy with how these corners, I just added a little extra, excuse me, a little extra bulk. So let's see how we can make this look. Let's make a silk purse out of this sow's ear. Okay, I think I'm just going to glue that to the back of the other ribbon. Then I can trim the extra off. Yeah, there, that worked good. I hope. Ah. Oh, it's just not a Nancy video unless there's a mess. Here we go. All right, I'm not going to glue this down yet. Just, I know that this will be sliding in. So I need to put some tape there to keep that from interfering with the sliding in and out. Okay. Now, this is the, I'm gonna keep checking. All right, so this will go in here. I'll need to cut it down. I'm going to cut like a ½ inch off the top and bottom, and that way I can preserve as much of the decorative part as possible. Maybe I'll just do 3/8. That should be sufficient. When that's in there, it'll be a little bit hanging out. I'm going to cut a tab. Oh, it didn't work, did it? I have another one. Okay. I'm just going to cut a little off each end. This a little bit of a trim and an ink. This is what we're looking like so far. Now, I have a title I'm going to cut. I might need the bottom, I don't know. All right, now, how am I going to decorate this? I got a couple of things pulled. Let me just grab them. I have these postcards from Hershey's Chocolate World. Kind of like the postcard. I made this some time ago. It does look nice, but it doesn't say chocolate box to me. I have I could do this, like, there's another ad here. What else have I got? Actually, I wonder what the little miniature ones look like. Oop. So there's a couple of smaller advertisement kind of things. I'm gonna get this title down. I think I scratched it when I was taking that. Taking the staple out. Let me have another peekaboo at some of the images I have. I've got the pocket glued down right there, and these little pieces that I cut from that book page, and I just picked out some little images I've cut from books, and I'm going to ink that up. And then I will glue them down to that page. I did do some research. So, chocolate was initially discovered in Central America, the Mayan and Aztec civilizations were cultivating chocolate. Here it says leftover cheesecake. I've never heard of anything like that. Anyway, so chocolate was taken back to Europe from the New World and was initially drunk as bitter chocolate. I can't imagine anything so horrible. And the chocolate bar, it wasn't sweetened until the 1700s, but the chocolate bar itself wasn't really invented until the the mid-19th century, when sugar and cocoa butter were combined to make solid chocolate. This might come as a bit of a shock, but 50% of my DNA comes from a person who doesn't like chocolate. Yeah, never understood that. My mother doesn't like chocolate. I'm quite fond of it myself. Anyway, so for today, when you're making your chocolate page, you can think about a chocolate memory. So maybe a special holiday treat, or maybe a box of chocolates on Valentine's Day. I'm going to find my chocolate brown and put October 28. Maybe I can find one more little thing to do. Nope. I do have some tiny pictures here. not bad. Ooh, what's this? That might be what I'm doing. Yeah, that's better. All right, well, I think that sort of finishes things up for us today. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you have earned a treat today. Maybe a little square of chocolate be good for your soul. Take care of yourself. Come back again tomorrow. We've only got a few more days of the Harvest of Memories project, and you're not going to want to miss what I've got planned for tomorrow. If you do a chocolate themed page today or project today, I hope you'll share it. Tag me in it and use the hashtag Wishes and Weeds. And leave a comment below. Hit the like button, and if you are enjoying this type of content, I hope you'll subscribe and share my channel with like-minded friends. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.